Today we're going to look at our latest light, which we're really excited about because it works plug and play with one of our favorite mid-drive motors, which is the Bafang BBSHD and the BBS02. So for all you DIY guys out there, now we have a very simple way to install our light. No wiring, or there's a little bit of wiring, but no soldering and no crimping involved. So we're going to show you how to install it. Here we go. So set that down. We're going to start with, I've already tightened down one of the screws a little bit just to make holding it in place a little easier. You're going to wrap it around the bar and you'll engage on the back side. There's like a little, I'll show you. It's got a locking mechanism back there. So wrap the two halves around the bar, slide it basically into position, which up against your display is pretty close. And then you can take your second one, and one thing that I do sometimes that makes it easier is if you take your second mount and put the screw through it, you can install this on the light loosely. And then do the same thing where you put the mount around the bar. And then slide it down into place. And then you've got one holding the light. And you can take your other screw, go through that second arm. And all of this, I'm just going to leave it kind of loose so that after we wire it, we can test ride it. I'll tighten it up enough that it kind of holds it in place, but when we're all ready to turn it on, we can figure out how we want to aim it and then adjust it before we tighten everything down. Also helps you figure out where you want your wires. Kind of unruly right there, but so we'll get these kind of snug down on the light first, and then we'll snug down the clamps. So that's good for that. Can still rotate it around a little bit. And make sure our clamps are both engaged. And that's actually pretty good already. So we'll go ahead and start the wiring. So all you have to do is take this lead that comes off of your display, which is this one right here that plugs into your main harness. When you unplug this, you'll see that it's a 5-pin Higo. It'll be green. And then you're going to take the wire from the light. And of course you want to wrap this however makes sense on your bike. You may want to wrap it around the bars or something a few times, but for this one I'm just going to do it quickly just so you can see how it works. So you're going to find the matching one. Make sure you match up your arrows. There's an arrow right there and a matching arrow on this connector. That makes sure that the pins line up right. And then you want to plug in your display to the other side of it. Same thing, match up your arrows. Arrow there, arrow here. And now you're ready to go. So since the battery's already plugged in, you already have voltage, you can turn your light on. That's all there is to it. So easy, you can do it out in the desert when you're on a riding trip.